Back here at NSUSpartans.com, fueled by Gatorade, here in Eccles Hall on a Friday night after a 3-2 win for the Norfolk State volleyball team after UMES. NSU looked, you could say, dead in the water early on. UMES had a 2-0 lead, but the Spartans stormed back, took the third and fourth set, and then pulled away in the fifth set for the win. We're here now with sophomore hitter Janay Frazier. And Janay, you really sparked, the team there. You had 16 kills, career high, hit 536. I mean, that's just unheard of. I mean, I'm sure for you personally, you must feel some satisfaction knowing that when you guys were down, you kind of really helped them pull ahead there.
Yeah, we just got tired of them beating us, and we gained momentum to come back and beat them in 5.
We had talked with you earlier this year about, you made that jump from your freshman year, sophomore year. Now, 16 kills, hitting 536. It seems like now you're even taking the next step, from the beginning of your sophomore year till, halfway through it. I mean, what's really been working for you lately?
Just keep working hard, and play for my teammates. Definitely when we play together, everything comes together.
Yeah, it did seem like you guys in those first 2 sets were really just kind of out of sync, Players trying to hit the ball, but the ball's not exactly where they need to be, everything like that. It was just really, really out of sync. What got you guys in rhythm going, starting in that third set?
Once we started to play for each other, we definitely picked it up.
What did Coach kind of say anything to you guys there in the second or third set? What was really something make the difference there? Or?
It was actually fueled by us, yeah. Everybody got tired of losing, so we picked it up and beat them.
So what was kind of said there in that huddle then? What were people kind of saying there that got you guys ready to go in that third set?
Definitely we have to have heart. That was the main thing.
It did seem like you guys kind of, your intensity, I don't know how you describe it, but in those first 2 sets just wasn't there, especially when a few airs you start falling behind and it can, it kind of snowballs. How were you able to kind of really stop that once you got into the third set?
We game plan, switched up our defense, and took it 1 ball at a time.
So now you guys obviously got Hampton coming up on Sunday over at Hampton. It's a big match because so far this year you guys are the only ones that have taken a set off of Hampton in conference play. Played them pretty tough. So what do you need to really do going into Sunday's match to be able to get a win at their place?
As long as we carry over what we brought today, we'll be fine.
Well, now we're here with head coach Brandon Duvall. And Brandon, I mean, I don't know what you want to really say about those first 2 sets. You guys just looked like you didn't have the same intensity. Once things started snowballing, you could see the body language just wasn't there. I mean, what really was going wrong there in those first 2 sets?
Just execution, passing, just things like that. And what's the problem with our team right now? One of the biggest blaring problems is just mental toughness throughout and confidence. And I can pat everybody on the back and tell them how great everything's going to be and everything, but there's some level of self-confidence that you got to bring to the game. And our girls, some of them are struggling a little bit, but what really helped out tonight is our leadership emerged. It went from, and I think at some point people just got kind of tired of the way we were playing, and our leaders stepped up again. And when they did, the rest of, they say the rising tide floats all boats, and our leadership stepped up and everybody else jumped on board. And it was probably, as much as I'm disappointed about how we played the first 2 sets, it excited me the most to see leadership and then seeing everyone buy into the leadership, which was exciting.
Yeah, that's what Janay said. She said in the huddle and everything, players they were tired of losing. But what really changed for you guys from a, actual play standpoint, out there on the offense? I mean, what really changed between those first 2 sets and then starting in the third?
I think we just started working harder. I think UMES did a great job just outworking us. And in our own gym, that's unacceptable. And, between our second and third set, I verbally motivated them as best as I could and just told them, it's disgusting to see somebody else walk into your environment and outwork you. And I was like, it just can't happen. And I think they woke some of the girls up, and we were able to make a few adjustments here defensively. And then I'll tell you what, Dominique Parker came in and just changed the entire attitude of the team. She showed a lot of excitement, a lot of hard work, and a little bit of attitude that we needed. And I think that also helped turn everybody around a little bit.
Yeah, she finished with 5 kills, hit 308. Not a lot of stats, but you could tell, when she came in, you could tell that she gave that spark. But also Frazier, we talked with her earlier. Right. She really stepped up. If she's not playing like that, you guys aren't winning this match, period. I mean, talk about her play, not just today, but how she stepped up lately.
She's just, she legitimately is probably the hardest worker on the team. She worked hard all summer long. She works hard, she does everything you asked her to do, and she's a prime example of, results come when you work hard. And if you work hard all the time, and the results are coming from her. And I knew we were in good shape. Their outside hitter, I believe number 9, hit a hard cross-court shot. Janay hand dug her perfectly to target, transitioned, and scored off of it. When you see somebody like that, when things like that start happening, you know we're in the zone. And that's where Janay was for most of the night. I mean, she's been very quiet about her production, but been extremely beneficial to the entire team.
It seems like this has kind of been a theme for you guys lately. You know, the Delaware State kind of gave you a run. I mean, obviously it was a 3-0 win for you guys, but Delaware State gave you a run. You know, Howard there. I mean, you lost 3-1, but that was like a back and forth there. You know, there's been a few others too. Morgan State definitely when they won the 3rd and 4th sets to make it to 5. You know, what are you learning about your team with all these matches that are coming down to these tough sets like this?
You know, I hate to say it because we have great leadership. I mean, Goda and Coralie have been doing a fantastic job, and then Noelle stepping up, and even Kylie, who may not get as much playing time as the rest of them, but Kylie's leadership off the floor has been second to none right now. And that's the stuff we need to keep developing, because and I brought this up before, but when we lost Nicole Kessner and we lost Charlotte Armstead, you know, those are 2 4-year, Nicole being 5-year athletes who brought so much to the program that we are feeling they're not being here. Like, Nicole did so much for the program that took a lot of pressure off of me of having to focus on these little things that she was able to focus on. And Charlotte, being her best friend, also brought that. And when those two left, that left a big gap. And I think we're all learning together, even myself, where I've been benefiting from 2 great leaders handling a lot of the business. Now I've got to step in some things, and our leaders have got to learn how to step in. And I think slowly but surely they're getting that, and they're seeing it. And it's difficult. It's difficult to be a leader. It's difficult to keep the high expectations amongst your friends, because they're all friends. They're great off the court. But to demand more from a friend is very difficult, and I think that's what they're learning, and that's what I'm learning. I mean, I love these girls to death. I enjoy being around them. I think practices are great. But we get on the floor, and sometimes there's nervousness and lack of confidence, and that's just stuff we all got to continue to work to develop, and I see it coming. You know, we'll have our shortfalls, and then we turn around and, you know, win a 5-set match down 2-0. I mean, that's amazing, and I'm proud of them for that.
Yeah, so the Spartans are certainly, you could say, starting to turn a corner from their early season struggles. You know, they're Spartans, 4-2 now in the MEAC, but they got a key match coming up on Sunday at Hampton. That match starts at 3 p.m. at HU's Holland Hall. Spartans will be looking for some revenge after Hampton beat them here 3-1. Like I said, for all your information this year on NSU Volleyball, don't forget to keep checking back at NSUSpartans.com, fueled by Gatorade.